with the class. Before that, I just want to understand how many of you has done your payment. If you have done your payment, you can please ping me to this number, okay, so that I'll add you to the group, the WhatsApp group I have created. And I have not created. I'm planning to create a WhatsApp group wherein we will add all the people who are interested, who has enrolled yourself, so that I'll be communicating you over here. Okay, so this is what. Please ping me to this number, okay? Everyone, absolutely. Okay, so now we will. Is there anyone new for today who was already who's not available? Or everyone has already joined. Is there anyone who is joining only today who has not seen our? Okay, hopefully there is no one else. Fine, let me start the class today. Okay? So Chandrasekhar is new. Okay, Chandrasekhar, you may have to wait for 5 minutes after the class is done to make you understand about this syllabus. Okay, so we have already been discussing this from last 2-3 days. So I will, as part of syllabus, let me just go through it. As we are discussing that, this is what the way that we are going to go with. We are going to go with Python. We are going to go with, initially we'll see Python, then we'll see Selenium, then we'll see frameworks. 4 frameworks, 2 projects, 2 end-to-end projects, and then 1 page object model. We'll have API testing, manual automation. We'll see agile methodology, Jira tool. We'll see manual testing, and I'll share you the HR contacts. 100+ HR contacts. I'll share you the resume. I'll share you important interview questions. So these are all the generic things which we see on things. You can contact the DURGASOFT online team for your registrations. So this is the overview. So now, as we are in track, let's see about okay, Python program. So this is a typical traditional way of mentioning you about Python programming, because this is something which is very important to everyone to understand, as it is the, as we are starting from now. I want everyone to have your system study. First point is everyone should practice systems. I'll share you some programs, okay, after we are done with the loops. So I want everyone to practice those programs, because it is very important when you go for any interview. The first level of any interview is programming now, okay? When you are going for Selenium interview, the first level of programming is, the first level of selection is programming language. Now in that they would just ask you to, okay, write a program. They'll give you a question, they'll ask you to share your screen and write a program. So in that case you should be able to write a program. So the important thing is, like, you should know logical understanding of a program. That means how you are trying to solve that program. Okay, so if I give you a question, find the frequently repeated letter in a string. If I give, so what is the question, you need to understand. Okay, how we can achieve it, what are all inbuilt methods. See why I'm saying all these things. While the class is going in, I want everyone to have very clear idea, and you should be able to focus on the class, so that you can able to understand the logic inside it. Okay, whenever any question asked, you should be able to solve it. Okay, let's start our class. So today is the first class. Let me just open the screen. Okay, today we can consider as the basic idea of what is this. Okay, okay, hopefully everyone is here. Let me start. So make sure you have your systems ready. So now let's start. So first point is, what is Python? Okay, what is Python, and why we have to learn Python, and what is the features of Python? when you say you're learning a programming language, you should understand what is the features of it. What exactly that language consists of. So let me tell you a simple understanding of Python. Python is a typical scripting language. Okay, um, it is a high-level language. Basically, high-level language is a language which is easy for the user to understand. Okay, anything that is easy for user to understand is called high-level language. Java is also high-level language. The second thing is, as I said you, Python is a scripting language. So what is the basic difference between a scripting and programming? Okay, so I'll tell you the differences. So if you see the languages like C, C++, Java, okay, and the languages such as Python, Perl, Unix shell scripting, JavaScript, okay, all this Unix shell scripting, Perl, Python are called scripting languages. So there is a difference between scripting and programming. So the programming language will try to compile the program, then it will execute the program. Okay, that means when you are executing any code in Java or C, okay, you will say Java. When you write a program, then you will do compilation. Then after compilation is completed, then you will do execution, right? You say Java C file.java, then you will get some errors or compilation errors if you have. Else, then you will say Java file.java. Okay, this is a simple process that you have in your Java when you are trying to execute it. But when you come to any of the scripting languages such as Python, Perl, Unix shell scripting, or JavaScript, any of this, you don't compile the code. Okay, there is no concept of compilation of code. You directly execute code. Okay, you directly execute code. That means you don't compile code for checking errors in your scripting languages. But whereas in your programming language, you will compile the code to check the errors. So this is the major difference between programming language and scripting language. So majorly people also say Python as programming language because all scripting can be called as programming but not the vice versa. That means programming cannot be scripting. Okay, so scripting on top of scripting, so scripting can do something extra. Okay, scripting can do something extra. It's like it can write a script, it can able to execute some commands, it can be called as a script. Okay, it can be called as a script. What you meant by script is basically you can do internal automation which cannot be possible in Java, okay, or programming languages. So typically to understand there is a difference between scripting and programming. So Python comes under scripting. Okay, Python comes under scripting because Python doesn't compile the code, whereas other programming languages like C, C++, Java will compile. So there is no step of compilation in all the scripting languages. So Python is one of them. We have Perl, Unix shell scripting, JavaScript, PHP. All these are also scripting languages. Okay. So now, second point you need to understand. Python is high-level language, as I already mentioned. So high-level language is a language where the code is more easy. Okay, you have more English representations. Okay, where the user can easily understand. Okay, but you see something like assembly language. Okay, C is a middle-level language. Okay, assembly language is something that is purely low-level language which cannot be understood by user. Okay, so high-level language is a language which is easy for the user to understand and to code. Okay, so that's why you say Python is a high-level language. So now one more point very importantly to understand, Python is both object-oriented and procedure-oriented. Okay, so what is the important thing that you need to understand when you see Java? Okay, Java is purely object-oriented language because you cannot write even a print statement in Java without creating a class. But whereas you see C doesn't have any concept of classes, objects, or such because C is a procedure-oriented. So when you say Python, Python is both. You can use Python in any fashion. You can use Python in either in an object-oriented way or in a procedure-oriented. So I could say Python supports both object-oriented way as well as procedure-oriented. Okay. So this is very important so that you can. This makes the user to implement that programming language easily. Okay. That's what Python gives you a free flexibility to write your code in such a way it is flexible to the user. Okay, so that's why it supports both programming I mean procedure oriented as well object oriented. So one more important point that to be understood is Python is a dynamic type of language. So what is meant by dynamic type? So we have dynamic type and static type. So when you see Python, okay, Python is one of the scripting languages which I have already told you. So all the scripting languages including Python, okay, is dynamic type. So what do you mean by dynamic type? Dynamic type means you don't pre-declare, okay, data type when you create a variable. So that means if you want to create any variable in Java or C or any language, any programming language, you pre-declare the data type, okay, such as you say int a equal to 10, okay, float b equal to 20.2, something like string s equal to some name, okay. So you will have to pre-declare it, okay, you will have to pre-declare it. But whereas in Python or any, okay, any scripting languages, you don't need to pre-declare it. What do you mean by pre-declaration? You can directly say a equal to 10, b equal to 20.2, c, okay, some variable equal to the value directly, string value. So what is the difference? You understood, right? Here if you see all the programming, you have to write like this, okay. So in scripting you have to write like this. In Python you write like this. The reason, because Python doesn't, okay, in Python you don't need to declare data type. It doesn't mean that Python doesn't have data types. Python has data types, but pre-declaration of data type is not required in Python, because Python has something called interpreter, which is very strong and it can understand, okay, what data type is declared for that variable without explicitly declaring it, okay. So this is very important that everyone should understand in Python. So this makes again the coding easy for the user to understand and to write, because you don't have a lot of restrictions in Python, such as in Java you need to give a semicolon, or C, okay, you need to give semicolon at the end of your declaration, okay, of every line. So such restrictions are not there in Python. If you give semicolon also fine, if you don't give also it's fine. So Python makes easy, okay, the coding for the user. Understood, right? So there is an important thing that you need to also understand. Every programming language has something called compiler. Compiler is something that converts the code, right? See, when I write a code, that code should be converted to machine understandable language, and from there it should again convert back to the user understandable language. So simple way, if I say a equal to 10 and b equal to 20, and I want to print a plus b, okay, so which is 30, so that way output how I get, so that should be input to the CPU. uh, some kind of manipulations that happens inside it, uh, which is user understandable way, and then again it, I mean the machine understandable way, then it converts back again the output into the user understandable language. So this should be done by something else. So that something is nothing but, okay, in all your scripting you have interpreter. So Python has interpreter, okay, but your programming language has compiler. Compiler is something that is a converter. Interpreter is nothing but that is also a converter. Converter is nothing but it converts every line of your code into the machine understandable language. Understood, right? So there should be some converter, right? If I write some code, the code has to be converted, okay, the code has to be converted in such a way, okay, it should be understood by the computer, and then it gives me results back. So that converter is called as interpreter, okay, in Python. So what is that we have seen? We have seen that Python is a scripting language, okay. It's also called as programming, so not in vice versa. It's also called as programming means it can be also used for programming, okay. That should be understood in a easy. Programming is generally used to build applications, okay. If you see Java, C, Python also supports to build some application. On top of that, Python supports extra, okay, which is scripting, wherein the programming languages doesn't support, okay. And Python is a high level language. Python is both object oriented and procedure oriented language. Python is dynamic type of language, okay. Python is also called as interpreter language, or Python has interpreter inside it, which converts the code. Then Python has extensible libraries which makes the code to ease, okay. That means in Python, there are so many built-in libraries, you could say modules, packages, which are already built. So the coding in Python makes easier. The coding Python is easy compared to other languages because it's very important to understand. You don't need to write much code in Python because in Python already there are built-in libraries existing for each and every platform that you see. If you want to do automation, you have Selenium libraries available. If you want to do development, you have Django library. Okay, you may to say library or package or module equally means same, but there is little difference. So all, if you want to go for data analytics, you have you have a lot of other libraries like MPy, okay, pandas, okay, you have scikit-learn. So there are so many libraries available for machine learning algorithm. So whichever the field you want to understand, so there are so many existing libraries, existing packages are there, so which makes the user to just utilize them in your code and then write your code. You are not going to build something from the scratch because there are so many lakhs and lakhs of libraries that are available in Python. Compared to any other language, Python has more libraries. So which makes the user to write little code because you just import those libraries and then you write your code. You don't write any code from the scratch, and that is what acceptable in Python. Okay, which makes your code easy, or which makes your code less and implementation more. So because Python is an open source, why you have so many libraries in Python? Python is an open source and it's a platform independent. That means you can write. It's the source code of Python is available to everyone. You can directly go to that website and download the source code. Okay, it is platform independent. That means you can able to download in Windows machine OS or Mac OS or any other Linux OS or any other operating system. Okay, so as it is an open source, it is free to everyone. So everyone can able to contribute to the Python. That means everyone can able to build their own modules and contribute to the Python. Okay, so which makes so many existing modules in Python because the code is easy. You don't, the code is available freely. Okay, it is not a licensed software. Python is a free software which can be available in internet. You can directly download it from there. Understood, right? So we have seen this points. Hope everyone is clear about it. So now, okay, let me just make you understand. I mean, to make me understand, I want to get some updates from you. How many people doesn't know Python at all over here? So this is very important to make me understand so that I'll try to say the class, because it whatever I am saying could be irritating for some people because they would have known everything. So I keeping everyone in mind, from people who doesn't know anything and who knows everything. So I will go in a moderate level of explanation. So I just want to understand so that I'll get more clear in what has to be taught and what is required. So how many people are doesn't know anything about Python? Okay, you can please speak. Okay, there is no way you don't have to. So how many people doesn't know anything about Python? How many people knows little about Python? Okay. How many people are willing to learn Python from the scratch, or what is that? You please say, okay, based on your requirement, I will try to, because I want to know the things. Can I ask people? Okay, you can message if you don't want to speak. You can please message. Let's keep it more interactive session, no? Let's not keep it as a one-way session where I only teach. You just listen, and then if you have doubts, you don't ask me. That's not the way. Okay, let's keep it more interactive session. I will just ask your name. If you want to speak, you can speak. Elsewhere, you can able to just message. Okay. So Alekia, you can just say whether you know Python or not.
Yeah, I have little knowledge, but it's better if we
Mhm.
start from scratch.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. Asma
It may
Akram.
help.
Uh, yeah, yeah, I understand. Okay, not able to hear anything. Okay. Chandrasekhar. You can message if you can't speak. You can message. Jain Navani has sent, but she doesn't know. No issues if you came here to learn. Manoj Kumar, Naidu, Rekanand.
Yeah, I have some basics, very basics.
Okay, okay, okay. Thanks. Yeah. Pawan Tota, Sheetal Thakur. So I hope
I
like a
know
lot
little
of
bit
people
about.
there. I feel that a lot of people are freshers. That will be helpful. Okay, yeah, because fine. That would be great. Okay. So seems like everyone are fresh to Python. That is good. Okay. So I hope you are clear, right? Till here, whatever I said. So let's see how do we install Python, okay, from scratch. So we have seen about basics of Python. Now let's see how do we install Python. So whoever is having system, let's do it parallelly. Okay, you can open Google and you type python.org. Okay, www.python.org. Okay, this is a website. This is a Python official website where you can able to find all the repositories of Python software. You can download it from it directly. Okay, so www.python.org. You will open this website. Okay, you go to downloads. In the downloads, you can find the latest version of Python. You can download any version of Python. Okay, any version of Python can be downloaded. Okay, but latest version of Python you can able to download. Chandrasekhar didn't reply. He replied. Chandrasekhar, that's okay. So you can just go through downloads, then click on Python 3.11.2. It is the latest version of Python which is existing. Okay, I'm clicking. I'm not going to. Let me be more clear. I am not going to download this version because I have other versions existing in. Okay. Just click on this. If you click on it, you will be able to download this software. I told you it is a free software, so you don't need to do anything. Just you need to click on it. Go to the downloads. Click on this button. Okay, which is the latest version of Python right this point of time. It may change as time changes because they upload new versions as it comes. Okay, now once you have downloaded it, seems like everyone has downloaded it, you need to click on it. So hope you are clear, right? Once you have downloaded, you need to click on it. So you will be able to see a pop-up like this. Okay, so I am probably, so let me tell you, I am not able to, I don't want to download this particular version because I have already Python 3.10, okay, and I have Python 3.9, which are already existing in my system, which may be duplicate for me. Okay, but for you, if you are doing for the first time, just to do one thing, you need to say add python.exe to the path. Click on this checkbox, then click on install. Okay, I am going to do cancellation because I don't want the duplication of the software, which may affect my other coding which I have done in Durga. So I don't need it, so I'm canceling it. But you, as first time you're coming in, you will have to just click on this checkbox, add python.exe to path. This is very important because you need to add to the path. Then click on install. Nothing else you need to do, just click on it. Yeah.
Sir, can you please explain the relevance of path? Why, whenever we are
I,
installing
I,
Python?
I will tell you. I will tell you.
Yes,
There is a way that you have to also need to
yes.
do that path.
Okay.
Okay, I'll tell you. I'll explain you completely what is the. So you just need to click on install now. Okay, people who are new for it. So once you click install now, it will do a setup like this. I'm going to cancel it for it is not required. So you will get like I cancel it. You will get successfully installed. Okay, you will get something like successfully installed. Got my point, right? After you just click on it, you will be able to see you have successfully installed the software. Setup successful will come. You have to wait for some time until that completes the installation. So now you have done, you have downloaded your software and you have installed your software. Okay, so that's a simple step of installing Python. So once you install, okay, you have to do a couple of other things. Hope everyone done, or it is there with everyone. Let's do it parallel, you know, everyone who is doing, let's do it parallel. Other people also done, right? Okay, so if you have done, everyone, if you have any issues also let me know, unable to do or anything. So then you need to go and type just python.exe in the search box, which will give you, okay, you can go and open the location, right click on it, and there is something called open file location. So this is nothing but the location where your python exe file is existing. Okay, where your python exe file is existing. Okay, understood, right? Python exe file means python interpreter is existing. Everyone clear what I'm saying? You should be having more clear understanding. Inside packages. You just need to, you don't need to do anything. You type python.exe. Did you just don't do anything like this? Okay, did you install that particularly? Whatever is there, python.exe, you should open that location and capture this location like this. Okay, wherever it is located, capture the location. Wherever that python.exe is nothing but Python interpreter. Okay, that is necessity for your code to execute. If python.exe is not there, you cannot execute your code. Everyone clear, right? Python.exe, it will be looking like this application. Okay, you have to open this location, copy this location, Control C, go to, okay, executable, okay, executable, or okay, executable, or you can say in a simple way, path, executable path, executable, or you can just type path. Okay, edit the environment variables. Okay, when you just type path, you will be able to click on edit the environment variables. Okay, so go to this environment variables. Okay, please listen again, I'm saying you copy this path, okay, where python.exe is there. Once you install, it will come there. Okay, then you should be able to go to this environment path. Okay, click on this environment path. You should be able to create both the user variables and system variables. So when I click on edit, okay, you can click on new or edit. If it is not added, click on new. Suppose if you want new, click on new. Give the name as path. Okay, you can say Python path or path. Click on this. So what is the meaning of this? Enter this. So what is the meaning of that? You know what is the meaning of it? It means you asked, right, what is the relevance of it? Okay, it's very important to know everyone. That means when you are executing your command, okay, I'll tell you, when you are executing your code, okay, your code, when you are executing, your system cannot recognize that code, because in a command prompt you should generally execute to that path. You need to go to that path and execute it. Okay, I'll show you what is the difference. Okay, I'll show you what is the difference. Okay, please ping me once you have done payment. Everyone, whoever done payment should ping me, so that I'll add everyone in the group. Okay, so you also need to do the same thing for this. You have to go here and see new. Okay, you can say path, then copy paste. copy paste 3.10 and 3.9 also, because I also want 9 3 9. Understood, right? I want system variable as 3 9 also. I also need 3 9. Click on OK, click on OK, click on OK. Okay, restart your system. Can you do it, everyone? Okay, so now I will tell you what is the relevant. This is very important for everyone to understand. Why do you edit your environment? Why do you do this environment setup? When I open the command prompt, okay, I am opening my command prompt, cmd. If I open my command prompt, if I type Python, okay, now you see, right, it is recognizing Python as 3.10. Okay, how the system is recognizing Python? Because I don't have my Python in admin. In this path, I don't have my Python. Okay, my Python is there somewhere in my system. Okay, if I write some code, okay, I can just say exit. Okay, so here I can able to run my code anywhere in my system. Okay, suppose think that I have a code, I have code in some folder. My system should be able to recognize that code, right? It is there in some system. Okay, so I am saying to my system that these are all the paths which I am setting you. Okay, whenever anything is found from this path, you go and execute. Understood, right? So you're configuring yours to the system. You're going to configure the path to the system. Whenever you run any code from any place, that can be recognized by your system if you configure the path. Are you clear, Asma?
Yes, sir.
So that is
What
very
is the
important for
difference
everyone.
between user variable and system variable?
Very important. Yes, good question. Yeah. So user variable means in a system there may be multiple users. Okay. If I have system, I can create multiple profiles. Okay. I can be a. You got my point, right? I can log in with my account or my friend account or my. I can create multiple accounts in the system. You got my point, right? So user can be multiple users. If you say user profile, only for that user this can be recognized. If I say system variable for the whole system, okay, whoever be the user, that can be recognized. So you better add for both. Obviously, when you have a single user, that's okay. If you may have multiple users in a system, because in company system generally lot of other users can also log in. Got it, right? So in such case, it will be helpful. So that's up to you whether you want to go with it. Okay? So I hope you are clear, right? So you should restart your system. Everyone should restart your system. So once you restart your system, then probably you will be able to see the changes. I don't need it because I already have it. You can restart it even after. If you restart now, only then the changes will be reflected. I think everyone clear till this point. See, we will go with slow today. Today we will just make people to understand what is this. Tomorrow we will see on a high place. I'll teach you for little time, and then from tomorrow we will start regular class. Okay, which means please do the payment. Okay, today. Tomorrow they are going to change the URL and it cannot be shared to anyone else. Got it, right? Only for those people who paid. And whoever paid, please ping me to this number. Okay, this is my WhatsApp number. Okay, you will be whoever pinged, it's fine. Whoever now not pinged, please ping me to this WhatsApp number. I will add you in a WhatsApp group where the communication, I'll share you the materials, I'll share you the updates, I'll share you things, okay, whatever required. Whoever paid, I will rectify, I'll verify again with the DurgaSoft online team whether the payment is done or not. If the payment is done, then probably I will add you to the group. Okay? Thank you guys. Now you can type once you restart your system. Okay, type IDL. Okay, IDL means integrated development environment. Okay, integrated development environment. So which means it is a place where you write your Python code. It is a default IDE which is provided by your system. Okay, it is a default IDE which is provided by your system for your Python. So it is a place where you write your code. Okay, you execute your code. Okay, now simple thing, as I already told you, in an easy way that we can able to run this. Okay, so I can directly assign the variables like this: a equal to 10, okay, b equal to 20, 0.2, something like this. So if I print a, I'll get the output. If I print b, see how soon it is executing, because Python interpreter is so strong, it can able to easily identify the data type, and it can able to execute without giving any kind of pre-declaration. I'm not saying int a, okay, float b or something like that. I am directly saying a and b. Okay, so you can also say what is the type of that variable. You can say what is the data type of a. The data type of a is class int. That means it is an integer variable. Okay, what is the type of b? The type of b is, okay, what is the integer? It's a float data type. What is the type of b? B is a float data. Okay, clear, right? So we have we can able to identify the data types also, like this type of a. Similarly, I can also create a string variable. So you don't need to say string yes and all. Just to say a variable equal to the value. Okay. So what is the type of S? Type of S is S can be any variable. Okay, A, B, C can be any variable. They are just variable. They can be any variables. You understood, right? So this is a way where you can able to define your variables in a simple format. Okay, I can able to retrieve it easily. What is this? Excuse me. So in Python, even it is a single quote or double quote or triple quote, don't misunderstand. If I give in double quotes and the output is single quote, there is no problem. Okay, because string can be understood by Python in multiple ways. You can provide in single quote or double quote or triple quotes. Okay, everything means the same representation. Okay, float variable is a variable which can have some decimal values. Okay, if you have the decimal after a point, if you have some values, that can be called a float variable. If it is an integer which lies between minus infinity and infinity, that is called as an integer. Okay, now I can also define this variable like this. Now I'm sorry. Okay. So I can also define, see, now I have a equal to 10, right? If I say a equal to 100, okay, now if I print a, what is the output I should get and what is the output I get? Can anyone tell? Okay, already I have a equal to 10 here. Okay, now I am again
100.
saying a equal to 100. So what about 10? So this is
It will
very
take
important
the
that
latest.
everyone, yeah, so this is very important. It will take the latest assignment. The variable assignment is the latest assignment. Okay, and the value called 10 will be, okay, removed by the, okay, we have something called garbage collector. Okay, garbage collector means an unused variable can be removed automatically from the space when a new assignment is provided for that variable. Okay, now a equal to 100 we take. So now in Python you need to understand, am I going to replace the variable? See, what is a variable generally in technical concept? A variable is a space that is created in your memory. Okay, a variable means it's a space which consists of some value. It has been created inside a memory. So what is happening here is very important. When I say a equal to 10, there is some space created. And when I say a equal to 100, so generally people think that a is 10 is replaced with 100 value within the same space, but within the same object, a object is created. Okay, but the actuality is it is not going to replace the value. Instead, it is going to create a new variable, and it stores 100 called 100 in that. Got it right? So it is not going to replace the value which is existing. Instead, it is going to create a new variable. Okay, I mean new space within the memory and allocate the value called 100. So the IDs of both are not same. Okay, the IDs are different. I mean, sorry, not the IDs. The memory location of them are not same. It is different. In Python, it is the same. So that particular memory is removed, which is not used. Understood, right? You got my point, right? What I'm trying to say. So every time, just understand. You may not be. I mean, I'm not trying to tell you internally how it is happening, but on a high-level understanding, let's see that the latest assignment of that variable is the value of that variable. Okay, any variable that is assigned with the latest value, that is only considered, and other variable, the value of that variable is not considered. It will be removed automatically. Okay, so if I say, got it right? So now I say, I can also say like this, ABC. Why I can say ABC even though they are different data types? Because in Java you cannot do like this, or in C you cannot do like this. If they are same data types, you can do it. But here, what I am doing is, I am making A to 150 and B to suppose 250, 23 points, something like this, and then C to DURGASOFT. Okay, so here what happens, automatically A will be assigned with this first value, B will be assigned with the second value, and C will be assigned with this third. You got my point, right? So this won't be happen in any language, I mean any programming language of such, because in Python you don't pre-declare any data type, right? So you can assign any value to that. Okay, got it right? Clear, right, everyone? So now if I print the value of, okay, if I print the value of A, I'll get 150. If I print the value of B, I'll get 25.3. If I print value of C, clear, right, everyone? So this can be also possible in Python. You can either separately define the variables like that, which I told you, or else you can assign it in one way, in a one sequence, where multiple variables can be assigned with multiple values. Okay, and you can assign a single value to all of them. You can do three types of assignment. One is like this, second one is like this, one is normal assignment, second one is assigning at one go. Third is you can assign the same value. If I say A equal to B equal to C equal to 100, or if I say 1000, so now A becomes 1000, B becomes 1000, and C also. Clear, right, everyone? So I hope everyone has installed. If you are not installed, okay, please go through this video. This video will be uploaded today in YouTube, I guess. Okay, but from tomorrow it is going to be a separate link. Whoever has not paid the amount, please do the amount. Whoever paid the amount, please ping me, because I want you to add to a WhatsApp group which helps you. Okay, so please ping me to that WhatsApp link, whoever paid amount. Okay, any doubts, anyone?
Can you please share that YouTube link where this is uploaded?
YouTube link will be provided by DurgaSoft team. It is there in our DurgaSoft YouTube channel. It will be there, or you can ask this DurgaSoft team.
Okay.
You can see all my 3 days videos, okay, which I have done. So everyone clear? So we will close it off today. Tomorrow we will see on a, we will continue from here as a regular class, okay? Because I also want. See, Chandrasekhar, you want to know anything on top of it? You want to know the syllabus which you are going to cover, or you are fine with it?
Can you please show me the syllabus? I'm not sure.
Okay. So syllabus, we are going to see complete things. So we are, people can drop off, whoever is fine with it and whoever enrolled. Okay. I'm just going to show you. So we are going to see Python programming as an initial for the initial understanding. Okay, so we will see for 7 to 10 days we will see the Python programming. After that we will you will be also given with 170 videos from Durga sir. Okay, which is a very solid classes. That 170 videos will be provided to you. We will try to complete our complete Python programming within 7 to 10 days. Okay, we will try to cover every concept of Python programming. Then we will see Selenium concepts, wherein we will be understanding about how to automate a website, complete website. Okay, how to automate a website without, whatever the website is provided to you, we can able to see how to automate it. So by the end of this section, you will be able to automate any website. Okay, so we need to know what are the components of that particular website. Okay? So what are all the components of the website, how to automate them. So all these things we will be seeing. So all this concept which I mentioned, if you know, that's fine. If you don't know also, so just understand that this is completely making you understand about what are all components of the website. Then we will see frameworks, which means we have totally 4 frameworks which we are covering. 4 frameworks we are covering. We are covering unit test framework, which is similar like your JUnit in Java, which is called unit test in Python. We have data driven framework, which is similar to your Java. We have BDD framework, BDD Cucumber framework. We have PyTest framework, which is similar like your test engine Java. Okay, and we will also see page object model on an understanding basis. So along with that, we will also see 2 projects, which means we'll see end to end how to create a project from the scratch. Okay, what are the components of the project? All these things we will see as part of this frameworks. So we'll see 4 frameworks, 1 page object model, and 2 projects. So which will cover you a complete understanding of how the automation looks like in company. Okay, how automation is actually built from scratch. What are all components of automation framework? Okay, so all these things could be understood to you in a very clear way. Then we will see Git and Jenkins overview, so how to do all the stuff. Then we will also see API testing. So this course is not just Selenium. This course is a complete end-to-end. It's a full stack testing course wherein you will get Python programming. You will be able to learn Selenium. You will be able to learn Selenium frameworks. You will be able to learn API testing, both manual and automation. I'll teach API testing manual using Postman. We will teach. We will understand about multiple HTTP methods, how to do the request response validations. Okay, header validations, all the stuff which are required, status post, data line validations. All these things we will try to see in Postman. Along with that, we'll also see automation testing. How do you do all this automation? How do you automate all the APIs? Okay, in Python will also be taught to you. Okay, then what we will do, then we will probably see Jira. Jira is a tool where it's called agile methodology. Within agile methodology, if you work in a company, you will be understanding. So we will see the complete life cycle of Jira, how the stories are created, how do we assign to the sprint, and how do we start the sprint, how the stories can be analyzed, how do you write manual testing, how you write manual test cases, how you raise a defect in Jira, how you close the defect. The whole life cycle of Jira could be understood, so that you will get a complete idea of how the testing is done in companies. Okay. If you are already working, that's well and good. People, for everyone, considering everyone in notice, okay, I have created this stuff. Okay, then we have something called manual testing, which means we will be seeing everything as part of manual testing, especially from the scratch. We will understand what is SDLC, STLC, what are the different phases of SDLC, what is test plan document, what are the components of it, what is severity, priority, what is regression testing, what is sanities, what is smoke testing, what are the different levels of testing, phases of testing, what are the different techniques of testing. All these complete concepts of testing will be covered. Okay, which makes you more understand about manual testing also. So we'll see manual testing, we'll see Jira, we will see API testing, we will see automation testing, we will see frameworks, we will see Python. All this combinedly is all this syllabus, which is like full stack testing course. Okay, then I'll be providing you resume from my end, a sample resume where you can able to customize it as per the name changes, because majorly you have to change the name and the company names. Other stuff is common. Then I'll give you HR context. Okay, you don't need to worry. You don't need to wait for someone to provide you the context. I'll give you HR context where you can able to, use the HR context to get your job done. I'll give you 100 plus HR context. Then I'll give you important interview questions where you can able to prepare. These are the frequent asked questions in interviews, which makes you to easily crack any interview. Okay. Then you have course duration. The course duration is 40 to 45 working days. Weekends there are no class. WhatsApp group is created. Okay. I'll share you the materials over there. I'll share you the updates. I'll share you the doubts. Okay, whatever you feel, I'll be able to do that over there. Okay. Then you will be getting a recorded video every day from DurgaSoft online team. Experience, you can put experience to 2 to 2.5 years experience. I'm just giving a normal and a medium experience because generally, when you come and learn any course, you cannot have more than 2 years experience or 3 years experience, because that's not fair enough. Not only me, any trainer who says more than that is not fine. The reason, because you learn a course for 2 or 3 months cannot give you experience of it. So when you come and practice in real time, then you get more experience. Okay, that's what needed. Understood, right? So to 2.5 years experience, you can put Selenium and Python. Other experience, you can have anything. That's not a okay. Then timings will be 8 to 9. DurgaSoft online
Weekends
team.
means Saturday is also no class, right?
Yeah, Saturday no class. We can customize it. The point is, according to our need, we will change. See, this is a generic thing from institute. Okay, we can able to change it. We can able to have classes whenever needed. We can skip the class whenever not needed. Okay, that's up to us to decide on it. Okay, once the class is finalized. Okay, based on everyone's flexibility, everyone's possibility, we will decide. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are the numbers, 3 numbers. You can see we are going in a, see, this have been teaching from years. Okay, there is nothing in terms of concept wise or in the explanation wise, so it is more clear to you. Lemon understanding I will teach. Okay, which makes you to understand every concept in an easy way. I've been teaching from years in the institute with upgrading of every time. So we have been upgrading of new content inside it, so which can help you to more understand and in line with the market requirements. Okay, so you can able to go through this contacts. These are the 3 contacts from DurgaSoft online team. You can contact them and you can register yourself for this course if you're interested. Okay, so
Yeah.
thank
Okay.
you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. I'll probably close. Thank you guys. Thanks a lot.